It's May. It's a new month. Let's talk about what my plans for May are. Stay tuned, that's coming right up here on Drew's Book Reviews. Alright, it's a new month, new reads, new adventures to check out. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what I'm going to read this month here in the month of May. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you know when I post new videos every single Friday here on the channel. Sometimes other days throughout the week as well. I've got a Bookstagram, Patreon, Discord, all that will be linked below. Check it out. So let's talk about what are my reading plans for the month of May. And of course, don't forget, head on over to the community tab where you'll find a poll on you get to vote which one of these May reads you want to see a review of on the channel. And that'll be posted by the 15th of June for the May Viewer's Choice book review. So don't forget to go and check that out and make your vote count. Go ahead, vote on that poll. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what am I going to read in May. Now this is in no particular order, so it's not in any specific order that I plan to do the actual reading in, but just the books that I do plan on getting to in the month of May. So starting out with H.P. Lovecraft. I am reading a little bit of H.P. Lovecraft each and every month with a selection of short stories from his collected works in this beautiful edition of H.P. Lovecraft's book, Tales of Horror. And so far I'm really enjoying it. And occasionally I'll put out a video on some of the stories that I've been reading. I'm really liking what I'm reading with H.P. Lovecraft. I've heard so much about him and now I know why. His stories are really good and horror is not really my thing, typically speaking. So I love that I'm enjoying the short stories contained within this book and his writing. So this month I've got 3 stories on the agenda from H.P. Lovecraft. I've got The Festival, The Shunned House, and In the Vault by H.P. Lovecraft coming up in the month of May for my Lovecraft short stories. So that'll be fun read. That'll be enjoyable. So far I've enjoyed the other H.P. Lovecraft books or H.P. Lovecraft stories contained within this book, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy these ones coming up for the month of May as well. So H.P. Lovecraft on the agenda for upcoming May reads. That'll be fun. Following up with that, again, not in any particular order, we're going to be reading The Fifth Elephant by Terry Pratchett. Who doesn't love a good Discworld book? I certainly love a good Discworld book, because Discworld is just awesome. The Fifth Elephant, we've got a golden flying elephant on the cover of this book. I mean, that alone tells me it's going to be funny. But also because it's Terry Pratchett Discworld. Everything about Discworld is hilarious. The Fifth Elephant, I have no doubt, is going to be just as funny as other books. Now, I kind of got a feeling there's the Fifth Element movie. Somehow I feel like this is going to be some kind of play off of the Fifth Element, but it's the Fifth Elephant instead. So, Terry Pratchett and his typical quirky, punny humor. I love it. I'm looking forward to reading this book, and I'm sure it's going to be hilarious. One of the other books I'll be picking up in the month of May is Told the Hounds by Stephen Erickson from Malazan, Book of the Fallen. So this is the third to last book in the series, I believe. So we still got Dusted Dreams and the Crippled God coming after this book, so this will be the third last one from the end of the main Malazan books. There's actually quite a few Malazan books. I don't know if I'm ever going to read the other books in Malazan, but I do want to finish up the main series. So Toll the Hounds coming up in the month of May, and I kind of love this demonic dog it's got on the cover here. Definitely seems like the Hounds from Hell, or Hellhounds, or whatever you want to call them. Toll the Hounds by Stephen Erickson from Malazan, Book of the Fallen. One of the other books that I'm really looking forward to getting to, my nonfiction read of the month, Gory Details, Adventure from the Dark Side of Science. So this will be a fun read about the forensics investigation of the most gruesome crime scenes that we come across and the gory details behind that forensic scientific analysis of those crime scenes. That is going to be an interesting read. I mean, I saw the title, Gory Details, Adventures from the Dark Side of Science, and I thought, wow, that sounds really cool. I just had to pick that up and check that out, because just the title alone is enough to make me want to read it. You know, if I'm judging a book by its cover title, so to speak. This will be an interesting read. Of that, I have no doubt, and I'm really looking forward to checking out Gory Details, Adventures from the Dark Side of Science. That should be a fun read. One of the other books I'm planning on getting to will be getting to J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. This is going along with my reading to my daughter this series, so I fully expect to get onto The Two Towers sometime in the month of May. as I'm reading this story to her, and I'm really looking forward to that. This certainly counts as a reread on the series to me, but it is the first time through the series for my daughter, and she is really enjoying this book series, and I'm so glad I have the opportunity to read this to her. So I fully expect to get to the Two Towers in the month of May as we continue our read along with this series to her. And it will be a good read, I have no doubt, because let's face it, Lord of the Rings is an awesome story. It's a classic, and I really look forward to and enjoying sharing this story with her. Hey, quick post-production Drew here. I totally forgot to mention that I'm going to be starting out my reread of the Lightbringer series this month as well with The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. So I'm just cutting in here to put this in here. I totally forgot to mention this initially. But yeah, I'll be reading The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. This will be my second time through the series. I haven't finished it all yet. Still got to read The Burning White. So yeah, I'm going back to read the entire series first before I get to The Burning White, because I haven't read that one yet. So I'm totally looking forward to getting back into this series. The Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks is one of the first series I read by him, and it's pretty awesome. A magic system based around light weaving and resin and all kinds of really cool stuff like that. I love the idea behind this. So yeah, that'll be in my May reads as well. And finally, the last ones on my scheduled May TBR. This is something I don't normally read. I'm not typically into graphic novels, but I've got a graphic novel series that I'm going to read in the month of May. I'm reading all 3 volumes primarily because graphic novels do tend to be a bit of a quicker read in general, but because this is by Brandon Sanderson and part of the Cosmere, how could I not read it? How could I not pick it up? Now, I have heard that a lot of Cosmere fans find that this particular series isn't that great. It's not his best work within the greater Cosmere, but it's part of the Cosmere, and I want to be able to say I've read all the Cosmere. So, we're going to be reading White Sands. So I've got the graphic novel series starting with White Sands 1, and then White Sands 2, of course, and White Sands 3. So all 3 volumes of White Sands I do plan on reading in the month of May as I continue through my adventures through the Cosmere. I look forward to getting to this story. I've read a little bit of White Sands from Arcanum Unbounded, but now I've got the full 3-volume set. At least I'm pretty sure there's only 3 in this series. But this graphic novel series, I'm looking forward to reading Brandon Sanderson's White Sands. So there you have it. There is my TBR for the month of May. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Have you read any of these books? Are you interested in any of these books? And of course, make sure you go and vote on the viewer's choice poll as to which one of these books you want to see me do a review on for the viewer's choice review, which is going to be up no later than June 15th for my May reads. So go and check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And of course, as always, until next time, keep on reading. Bye.